I first told you about Louise Cocchiara back on January 15th. She had a $400,000 special needs trust she was awarded after an automobile accident, but she died in December before anyone requested that trust pay for a funeral.
The only thing I ever got out of it was a police report. Other than that, not a word. Nothing.
Louise's husband, Harvey, didn't have the money to give Louise the proper Catholic burial she wanted. By law, the $400,000 trust was frozen at Louise's death, so Medicaid can get reimbursed for her care. No death benefit allowed.
I had no idea that that these papers had to be signed before she died.
Iris Dawson is Harvey's friend of over 30 years. She was also Louise's unofficial caregiver. Iris says she and Harvey were never told they could prepay for a funeral.
We were never told. We both were never told that it had to be sent before she died.
So Louise Cocchiara was facing a burial in a potter's field, a burial ground for nameless, faceless people who have fallen through society's cracks. This is attorney Brett Sikowski of the firm Parker Wakeman. He represented Louise in the accident case. We told him about Louise's situation, and the good people at Parker Wakeman stepped up.
It's part of our, not so much legal obligation, but maybe a moral obligation that we have to our clients.
The firm covered the cost of Louise's funeral. She could now have the proper Catholic burial she wanted.
And if it wasn't for you bringing this to our attention, this couldn't be done. And we were able to avoid her getting put in a potter's field and getting an appropriate burial.
Let us pray that our God, the death of our sister Louise, recalls our human condition and the brevity of our lives on earth. But for those who believe in your love, death is not the end. Because God has chosen to call our sister from this life to himself, we commit her body to the earth, for a dust to the dust it shall return.
No more pain, no more suffering, and she's at rest.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad we could help you folks out.
She went through literally hell for the last 3 years.
Yes.
And we're so glad for PX11 and Help Me Howard.
Harvey and Iris, you're entirely welcome. When we read that email, we just knew we weren't going to allow Louise to be buried in a potter's field. We also want to thank Parker and Wakeman for providing the funeral that Louise deserved. If you have a problem, think I can help, download the Help Me Howard app. It's free. And of course, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.